Hello everyone, odedex here. Welcome to episode 95 of my Sinto Let's Play. So I'm still here checking my tree farm. I've ran out of bone meal, so the timer here actually at the moment does nothing. But I did, there we go. That was a perfect example actually. You guys can see that the trees can still grow on their own and the logic will still work the same. But there is now something that I'd like to give it a try. Just again, if you guys visit the previous episode, you can see the entire logic working here. So tree grew, everything, all the sand pushes all the woods down, broken, a new sapling is placed and waits to grow again. And all my wood is being stored here. So there is something that before starting to use that wood in actually creating tracks, I'd like to try something new. So on the same update that the Darrow 20 pack had regarding Zycraft, together with Fabricators, they were also added something called Zycorium dirt. There it is. Zycorium soil, sorry. That's a very actually interesting block. It's something that doesn't exist in any other mod as far as I know. Let me actually build that. So I'm gonna build a large amount of those blocks. Let's build a stack actually. So I'm gonna need 2 stacks of green engineering blocks. So 1 stack of green zycorodite, redstone, and some sort of brick material. I guess the best option will be simply creating more bricks out of those. So this block, so a stack of green engineering bricks. Oh no, wait, I'm gonna need one more stack then. So let's get 1 more stack of those, 1 more stack of this, and create another stack of those engineering blocks, and then I'm gonna need any type of sapling and some iron. Let's get over the night first. Okay, so I do have a very large supply of random sapling that I'm still storing here. I have all those sphere saplings, so let's just take 2 stacks of those. And I'm gonna need some iron. Now that block, that new soil block that I'm about to create, it's a very interesting block. For example, it basically works just like any type of soil, or tilled soil for that matter. It will work both for seeds. Let's get normal seeds for example, and let's get a sapling. So obviously sapling, you cannot plant it on cobblestone or any other material which will not grow. It can only be placed on dirt pretty much. I think on sand it won't be placed as well. Yeah, you can place it. However, on Zycorium soil, you can place anything that grows. So also seeds, you cannot place it on untilled land, but it can be placed on this. And together with saplings, basically anything that grows can be placed on those soil blocks. And their only purpose is they simply slightly boost the rate of which things grow. However, they have very interesting property. The more you stack them, let's say I have 1 here and I have say 3 here, the more they're stacked, the higher the rate things will grow. Now 3 isn't a very good example, but let's go crazy for a second. Let's build a very high stack of those. And you will be able to see that if I'm going to place my seed here, it's actually going to start growing really fast. I mean, it's not like a bone meal or anything, but you can see that it already grew. I think that's already 2 stages, or just 1, I don't know. It will grow faster. So basically, yeah, there we go again. It very much increases the chances of things grow, including trees as far as I know. So this is what I'd like to do. So since I'm not really gonna use any bone meal in my tree farm build, I still would like to make this go faster when possible. So what I'm going to do here, now my golem stole 2 of those blocks. Oh no, he stole only 1. I'm simply gonna replace, I made a stack, obviously I made a stack, so what I'm going to do is simply go 64 blocks down here, or let's say right now I'm at height 64. Okay, I'm going to hit bedrock. So right at bedrock, I'm gonna simply stack 64 of those blocks here, and yeah, basically replace everything with this this aquarium soil, so it should make my trees either instantly grow or at least grow very much faster. Okay. Now I could also replace all my blocks in my farm, for example, in my golem farm, but for now, for the time being, I'm just gonna stick with this. Alright, so I'm simply just quickly gonna place all those blocks. Okay, so there we go, the last block, and just replace one sapling. And let's see if it actually also affects those trees as I would expect them to. Let's see how fast does it grow. Those 60, I just placed 62 blocks, yeah. The bedrock was a little bit higher than the actual limit. Let's see how fast will it grow. If we can get it right on camera right now. Yep, there we go. That was fast enough. Okay, let's let the cycle go through again, see how fast does it actually go again. And that pretty much solve the problem that I may need to place bone meal here or automate bone meal creation and placement, because it's unnecessary. If those trees goes really fast, there's no need for bone meal. Okay, so it's taking its time. Still, it's not instantly, but yeah, there we go. So you can see it's significantly faster. That's kind of awesome. Alright, so let's actually get started on using all that wood and actually start creating tracks out of it. So right here at the carpenter, the actual recipe will be, let's start moving some wood here. Let's get a stack. So it should be just 3 of those panels. Let's get some panels. Okay, so it should look something like this. Yep, that gives me that wood tie that I need. So I'm gonna need to automate getting the wood here, transferring the wood from the log state to the actual plank state, and then crafting it into wood slab, and then moving the wood slab into this. So let's go basically from the ending to the beginning. Let's get a bunch of filters. That should do. I will need a couple of fabricators as well. Can store those in here. Can get rid of some of those stuff that I just collected. And why isn't my quarry doing anything? I did have a problem off screen that for some reason the quarry went out of sync. Oh yeah, it's still fixing itself. Yeah, I had a problem that why isn't it moving? Did I turn it off and forgot to turn it on again? Oh no, it's moving up. I had a problem, I don't know what was causing it, but for some reason it's something that had happened before. I think it has nothing to do with this thing, but you know what, I don't really know. So I had a problem where you can see that the quarry started digging inside the layers and not going up and down, and that sometimes causes some issues. I think there still may be a problem. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna try and solve this eventually, but for now I'm gonna leave it be and focus more on my tracks creation system. However, by the time I'm gonna start using those tracks, this should be working perfectly again. I cannot afford placing tracks and then this getting broken again. Alright, so the filter will move things. Probably will be a good idea. Yeah, the filter will have to go from the top, so this needs to be moved. So let's break it and place it here. So buildcraft energy, yes, receive only. So this filter will need to go from the top. Whoops, wrong button. And this one will filter out birchwood slabs. So right here, I'm gonna have this recipe, and from here I'm gonna need actual access to birchwood planks. I'm thinking I was considering to go for a sawmill, but now looking at the rate of which I'm getting actually those trees with the new Xycorium soil, I think it actually, yeah, it won't be really necessary. I'm getting a very nice amount without it even, so it's really unnecessary, so I'm just not gonna do it at all. So right next to it, I'm gonna go for the recipe to create the birchwood planks out of the birchwood. And right here will be the ender chest, which I'm gonna need a new network for. Let's go for green, green, green. Let's go for, yeah, let's go for this green. So I made 2 chests. Let me quickly create them. Okay, so I got my green, green, green chests. Simply gonna replace this one. Not replace, but first place this one here. And replace the normal chest here. Yeah, I'm not gonna need some. The sawmill is unnecessary. It's not a very big problem because I already have the energy access there. Oh, green, green, green is something else. Okay, let's dye it something else. Ah, yeah, green, green, green is my rubber chest. Okay, let's go for lime then. Lime shouldn't be anything. I'm gonna need more lime though. So I'm gonna need cactus and white. Do I have some cactus green? Yeah, I have some cacti that I can simply cook. Yeah. Okay, so combine some bone meal with cactus green to create lime dye. 6 is exactly the amount that I need, so I can store the rest. And apply it here. So lime, lime, and lime. And lime, lime, lime. Now obviously I could only change one of those colors, but I'd like to have it in a separate network altogether. I don't want it, I like having solid colors all the way through, like all 3 colors looking exactly the same. Do I have some remnant birchwood? Nope. That's good. Let's get rid of, I'm gonna need a timer. And let's get rid of all the excess birchwood remnants that I still have on me. So set this up on a timer that will keep it locked. That's bad. Can I place it here? No, obviously not. Okay, so just do this and to look nicer with the block or with the plank, sorry. So this and this, and it actually should have come from the side. Or wait, what? Okay, so it should have come from the side. Yeah, I'm having those issues more often than not with forestry machines. They don't exactly work the way I would expect them to. Okay, so let's have this here, this and this, and this. It looks a little bit nicer maybe. Okay, so this is the recipe for this. This is the recipe for this, and this will require a timer. Okay, so there we go. Now it places the birchwood slabs in here. I can get rid of this. But how exactly do I extract the wooden ties out of here? If I have a filter, will it work? Basically, you know what? Actually, it should. Let's just get another timer in here. I'm also gonna need to make sure that I can get rid of any excess wood. Because I'm gonna start having a very large backlog of this birchwood logs, a huge backlog. This will get filled up very soon. Okay, so if I apply a timer, yeah, it takes out the logs. That was what I was afraid of. But if I apply a filter, to only take the wooden ties. Will that work? Or do I need the Buildcraft pipe here? Yeah, I feel like I need the Buildcraft pipe. Yup. And I have all those planks on me. Okay, so I'm going to need a Buildcraft pipe probably. I think I may want to go actually for the emerald pipe. It's kind of the advanced wooden pipe as far as I know, so let's just give it a try with the normal wooden pipe, see how that works. Okay, so I'm experimenting here. It's something that unfortunately did not have the time to actually test out beforehand, but I think this should actually be taking care of it. Buildcraft pipes usually interact very well with the forestry machine, so if I apply this pipe here and this torch here and this here, it should pipe out the wooden ties, and it does. Okay, so that's fine. And if that's empty, yeah, and if it's empty, it doesn't pipe anything, so it will not pipe something else by accident, so that's fine. Okay, so let's replace it, actually place it underneath. Probably also going to need a large buffer for those as well. Yeah, there are some buffers here that I'm going to need to make sure that I have, otherwise I'm going to have some spills everywhere. Okay, so with that wooden tie, this is basically, I'm going to create directly... Oh wait, I'm still going to need to create a standard rail. Or, wait, what? 3 of those give you 16, but 4 of those give you 32. How does that make sense? Wait, what? The recipe for a track is... So what's that other recipe? Oh, it's a suspended track. That's something else. Okay. No, actually, that could be interesting. A suspended track. I think you cannot. You can simply place it not on a block, and that could be nice. But I'm still gonna need the booster tracks. So, and I don't think there is a booster suspended track. Pretty certain there isn't. Is there a use for a suspended track? No. Okay, so it's irrelevant. Okay, so those. I'm gonna need a buffer. Let's get a buffer block. Not I'm gonna use an actual chest and not a buffer. Not the red power buffer. So let's set up the torch and the engine. So 1 and 2 into a chest. Okay, now that no, it's gonna have to be a buffer because it's gonna need to store those as well, the standard rail, which I'm gonna need the rolling machine for, which is gonna require iron. I'm gonna need to automate iron here. Or actually, no. Now what? Why am I doing this? I can just place the fabricator nearby, can't I? Right? Or not? Let's give it a test. Let's see, can I place a fabricator directly near the carpenter? So let's have the recipe of the track. Actually, let's have the recipe of this wooden... Yep, it works! Awesome. This saved me some time, I think. Oh no, it extracted from here. So it doesn't work. Okay. I don't know whose fault is this. Well, it's nobody's fault, but whose mod is not being nice? Is it Zycraft or Forestry? Okay, so let's dump this in here. Here I'm gonna have the fabricator to create the rail beds. Okay, and here I'm gonna need to create the actual tracks. And I'm gonna need standard rails supplied here somehow. The standard rail you create in a rolling machine. Now I already have the power here, so that could be very nicely used. And I think a rolling machine... Will a rolling machine work with the fabricators. They are railcraft, they're not forestry, so they might... let's see, so rolling machine, I think I actually have one spare. There we go. Let's get that, and let's get some iron. See if that works. So if I place it here and get the recipe like this. Oh, but I'm going to supply it with rolling... Wait, what? Is there no buffer inventory for the rolling machine? Okay, well, I need some energy here anyway, so let's get that. Should have some redstone conduits. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm gonna have a lot of wood very fast, very soon. Okay, so let's just get the energy from here. This, yeah, it started using a lot of creosote oil. Change this to extract. This now uses energy. Click to craft. Oh, okay, so that's good. Okay, nice. So they interact directly. That's awesome. Can I automate iron into here? Somehow. I wonder, can the rolling machine extract from a nearby inventory? I have a feeling that it can for some reason. Do I have a chest here lying somewhere? A useless chest? Not really. Okay. Okay, so I still have issues here, which gonna need to be set. Let's try to fix this. I'm gonna need to go... Yeah, you can guys start enjoying the actual process of fixing this quarry getting broken. So right now I need to go, I'm facing this layer, I need to go 1 back, 2 back. Yeah, I need to go 2 layers back. So do this, take it back, and change the toggle direction to go down, and probably my inchworm chunk loading will be slightly broken. Can it go down, please? There we go. Let's give it a test. So I'm standing right here. I already started thinking on how to modify the way I'm chunk loading here. However, it's kind of funny because this thing started happening only since I've started chunk loading. Okay, so now they interact here. This needs to go forward. But you know what? Let's not move it forward. I wanna try and disconnect them all together completely. This started happening since I've did this. I think the problem is that I probably should have just made those access points a lot longer. That would have made more sense. That's probably the way to solve this. And I also actually had another idea that instead of making this move twice, make this move only once, and have another thing identical to this at the bottom layer as well. And then every time a movement occurs, it moves, I think. Yeah, no. That's actually still a problem. Anyway, yeah, this gonna need to get sorted. Okay, so quickly testing out the rolling machine here. Can it interact from a nearby inventory? So right now this is short on 1 ingot actually completed. Let's place a chest here and place some iron in here. Yeah, okay, so perfect. It knows how to extract iron from nearby inventory to complete the recipe, and actually it's very smart. It knows only to pull out the necessary amount to actually fill the things missing. If there are extras anywhere else, it knows not to pull from there. Okay, so basically the only last step is to make sure that to keep this stocked with iron and to take care of any possible overflows. This can be a possible overflow, and this can be a possible overflow if I eventually get too much wood. So let's take care of that. Let's do something like so. I'm gonna need filter. Let's first take care of that overflow. So I'm gonna need the filter, or actually I already have a filter. I'm gonna need the birchwood. I'm going to need the usual obsidian void. And you know what? I have another idea to actually take care of two problems. So I'm gonna need one more thing. Let's take, I'm gonna need a restriction tube. So let's take 15 of those and simply make a bunch of restriction tubes, because every so often I just need one. So take care of that problem. So let's take care of two problems. So the first one is the birchwood. So this filter is going to be right here. When I think about it, oh no, I'm going to need one more filter actually. I made a transposer and a filter. So filter I already have. I need a transposer. Do I have any? Come on, no transposers, really? Okay, let me quickly make some. Okay, so looking at the tubing network here, there are three items that go through it. There is sand, there is logs, and there are saplings. Nothing else goes through it, at least nothing intended, at least. So sand, there is a finite amount that will never go up, and it always can go in here, so that's not a problem at all. Logs may be a problem if eventually this gets full. And actually saplings may also be a problem, because this, in theory, this can also get full. So let's do some changes. Let's have this be a filter that filters out only birchwood saplings. And right here, instead of filter, I'm going to have a transposer. Now remember, this is on the restriction tube, so it's, as far as those items concerned, 5,000 blocks away, so saplings will always prefer go through here first. Only if it goes through there, then there is the usual void piping system with obsidian pipe and a void pipe. So this should be, in theory, taken care of. Now, regarding this is slightly more problematic, because this uses pipes. Now, pipes, they have the inherent problem of not being so smart. However, looking at this, actually I may have a problem with creosote oil more than I may have a problem with wooden ties, this for the time being. So now for the time being I'm gonna let this be, leave it alone. So yeah, fully automated track crafting. I could still, if I really want to make sure that I have the automated way to get iron here, probably somehow through my storage system. And anything else is basically done. Wood is taken care of, creosote oil is taken care of, I'm taking coal from my mining system, and the entire crafting is taken care of with the Zycraft fabricators. And regarding energy to my two machines, I'm just using my red power energy engines, the electric engines, to generate everything that I need. Okay, so the quarry is still in the process of fixing itself. This is how I do it. I just toggle it to go down, and then because the counter is a lot higher than it should, there are many ticks of it simply trying to go down but not doing anything. This is just how I reset the counter without messing with it too much, because if I'm gonna need to set the counter midway, that's pretty much impossible. Not in my current setup. That's impossible. So I just to reset it, you just make it head down into the bedrock, get stuck there until the counter resets, and then it fixes itself. The only problem is that with my new chunk loading system, that may be causing some issues regarding to how is it connected or not connected. So that's a problem of its own, but usually that's fine. Okay, so just a tiny bit of B segment right before ending. And by the way, I saw somebody not knowing what I'm working towards. If you still have no idea what I'm working towards in regarding to bees, I'm trying to get the elusive Stark bee. That's the special bee. Where is my Thumbnomicon? That's a special bee added by Thumbcraft. The Stark bee. So when you get the Stark bee, you can actually imbue it with all sorts of the different aspects in Thumbcraft and actually get the different type of Thumbcraft bees. So this is just a random target that I set to myself, which I think is going to be really, really fun to get. So this is why I'm trying to do this. And also on the way, I'm starting to find very interesting bees, like the demonic bee, which I already got, which can actually create glowstone, which is extremely nice for me because I'm not getting any glowstone. So just a random thing that apparently is very, very convenient. Okay, so in regard to finally getting the Stark bee, I did get myself finally the supernatural bees, the princesses and the drones, and I got a very nice amount of those. So that's half of the bee. Now the second half is getting something called the arcane bee. Now the arcane bee is a result of a strain of bees that I haven't got to yet. Which begins with the esoteric bee. Now, the esoteric bee can be achieved with a combination of either basically demonic, and either imperial or heroic. Now, I think heroic bees I haven't gotten yet. Pretty sure that I haven't. Yeah, but I just can't get it with an imperial bee. So I'm gonna try and... Now something to keep in mind though, that the demonic bee is a nether bee, and the imperial bee is an overworld bee. And this starts to maybe cause some issues. So I'm gonna try to actually first combine them in the nether, specifically in the nether. So I'm gonna try and apply an imperial drone to... Did I pass them already? Yeah. I'm going to try and apply an imperial drone to the demonic strain. Let's try and go for the most perfect one that I can get. Let's see what I've got. So this one is imperial with normal and slower. This is short and normal. This is better. This is shortened and normal again, but there is only one of it. This is shortened slower, and this is normal slow. Okay, let's go for the 15 bees one. Trying to go for the shortest amount of life with the fastest amount of working speed, because eventually those bees will eventually become the bees that I'm gonna start using. So better get it like this. I think I have some already existing soul scent frames here. Okay, so let's place the demonic princess and the imperial drone, and the princess and the drone, and see how they interact. Okay, both of them are working. They don't have any problem, it seems, so that's good. They have the flowers. Well, I have every possible flower I think here except for vines, but hello, skeleton. But yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna let those start breeding. That may be causing some issues. I may have wanted to breed them in the overworld or here. I still am not 100% sure, so that's gonna require some testing, but eventually we'll see what will the result be. Alright, so as always, thanks you guys for watching. See you guys next time.